The electricity tariff was increased by the federal government effective on 1st September 2020 and drawing criticisms across the country. The increase was believed to be insensitive to the plight of the average Nigerian still struggling to recover from the setback of the COVID-19 pandemic. 24 hours later came the announcement of an increase in fuel price, sparking negative reactions nationwide and resulting in protests in some parts of the country. A cross-section of stakeholders, including the Nigerian Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress, opposition parties, and even lawmakers have all expressed their displeasure at the recent development. While some are vocally opposing it, several others are planning to hit the streets in a matter of days to stage a protest against what they see as an attempt to further worsen the conditions of many Nigerians. SMEs are poised to be amongst the hardest hit since electricity and fuel are an essential part of their activities. An MSME report by PwC in June listed power generation as the biggest cost to SMEs operating in Nigeria. PwC further estimates that approximately 1 out of every 7 firms exits the economy because of power issues. We met with Gbenga Oyenuga, an entrepreneur who runs a laundry and dry cleaning service in Lagos. He discusses how the recent increases has forced him to re-strategize his business behavior to adapt to the new development.
Well, the first effect is on our bottom line because what we are using to work on a monthly basis has gone up. So it's going to eat seriously on our bottom line. That means, I mean our profits. Because we have been spending about 10,000 in a month. Now the hike, both the fuel and the NEPA, the PACL, about 20 times 2, 20,000. So it's double the price now.
Gbenga has been forced to move the bulk of his laundry elsewhere due to the high rate of electricity around his business location.
Well, for now, the alternative plan that we put in place is to just relocate some of our production. Take it as where although the tariff is good, because here we are using a commercial meter, so we are being charged on commercial basis, and with the increments we have to do for where it's residential and just do some finish our product there and bring it back to the shop.
Andy Okoro is the CEO of Orange Computers. He explains how the issue of fuel and electricity hikes affect his business and other SMEs in the country.
We alternate between the public power and our generator. It therefore means that we buy fuel from time to time, and that adds to our cost of, running our office. So invariably too, if you now increase the price of fuel, which we use to power our generator, it therefore means you are doubling our cost of production. And then taking into consideration the period that we are coming out of, we had about 3 or 4 months lockdown, a situation where we did not do so much thing in our office, and then meeting this massive increment, both in the price of electricity and in that of fuel, it is really adversely impacting on our businesses negatively.
The implication is that most businesses will be forced to increase the prices of their goods and services to mitigate the increased cost of operation.
I think that's just the devil's alternative. That's the only thing that is open to us. We are going to ramp up some of the prices of our goods and services. But the issue is, like the point I made earlier, the purchasing power of the average Nigerian today is really way, way below. So it's we're going to translate that cost we're going to shift it to the people that consume our services. I think that's the only thing that is open to us now.
Gbenga and Andy both believe that the only solution to the electricity and fuel problem is privatization.
If the whole thing is open up, if you're going to deregulate completely, open up just like what we have in the telecoms today. The almighty NITEL, where are they? So we can still do the same thing with the almighty NNPC. Open up the market, let people come in. You find that even PSA, even power, deregulate it.
The whole idea of liberalizing the power sector is the right policy to follow. The Ikeja area, you should have other power providers so that if I'm not satisfied with Ikeja Electric, I can call on another this thing. And that will make each and every one of these power providers to sit up. Secondly, on the petroleum sector, liberalization of that sector is the right thing to do, as I said earlier. But you cannot liberalize a sector and then create a state monopoly. PPMC is the only people that bring in fuel into this country. And then you're telling us that you're liberalizing the sector. So if you want to liberalize the sector, create an enabling environment and a level playing field so that people like Mobil, Chevron, Total, Oando, other registered independent petroleum marketers should be able to bring fuel and compete among themselves.
The Association of Nigerian Electricity Distributors stated in 2018 that Nigeria must generate at least 180,000 megawatts of electricity to have adequate and stable power supply. Sadly, Nigeria currently generates about 4,000 megawatts, which is not sufficient to power the over 40 million SMEs in the country. Andy says he's exploring alternative forms of energy as a possible solution.
Putting some solar panels on top of our office space, buy some batteries, an inverter system that will help us.
The increase of electricity and fuel prices has no doubt threatened to cripple business activities across an already bleeding economy. Whether the government maintains or reverses its decision will play a key role in determining the future of SMEs in Nigeria, which suddenly looks bleak.